This week we're coming to you once again from Hay River, Northwest Territories in the Canadian Arctic. And I'm here with Pastor Ozell Borden, who's a very good friend of mine. I met Ozell 36 years ago when I made my first trip to the Northwest Territories, and we worked together in the hospital. But Ozell's on the blog today because she has a very interesting story of how God has led her life from growing up in Halifax and ending up as a pastor in the Northwest Territories. So Ozell, welcome to our blog. It's great to have you. I know you're a subscriber to the blog, so this time you actually get to be on it. So tell the viewers, how in the world did you ever end up in the Canadian Arctic growing up in Halifax?
Well, I really grew up in New Glasgow, Nova Scotia. Did my nursing training in Halifax. And I sort of always knew that God's hand was on my life from the age of 7. I knew that He'd be leading me in a mission somewhere. I knew that. And so went to school, high school, did my nursing, and then through some friends who had been up in Hay River nursing, I learned of the hospital in Hay River.
And what was unique about that hospital that drew both of us?
The Christian aspect. It was all built on, we prayed with our patients. We prayed over every baby that was born. We prayed before surgery. I'd say 95% of the staff were all Christians.
So it was a Pentecostal mission hospital, which was extremely peculiar.
Very. It was run by the Pentecostal Assemblies of Canada, and staffed mainly by staff from the different Pentecostal churches throughout Canada. Yeah.
And so that's where we met, because I came up as a medical student to work at the hospital, which was the subject of last week's blog. So
I remember you coming, Grant.
Because I was very young and naive and didn't know anything. You had to tell me what to do.
I wouldn't say you didn't know anything.
Well, you had to tell me. I didn't know anything about medicine, so you had to tell me how to do that. So then how did you end up now being a pastor in the Northwest Territories? How did that happen?
Fort Resolution. Well, as you know, the hospital supported the mission stations down in Mackenzie, Fort Resolution, right up to Coppermine, really. Fort Good Hope, all those areas.
These are communities on the Arctic Ocean, or on the Mackenzie
River
Valley.
On the Mackenzie River, that's right. And so I knew about the mission stations, and once I retired from nursing, I really didn't want to leave the North, because I love the North. And so I just opened myself wherever God wanted to lead me. I did not think He would lead me to Fort Resolution, but He did. And that's where I am now, Fort Resolution.
But you became an ordained Pentecostal minister in the meantime.
I did my Bible school through correspondence, and that was about 5 years of study. And then I also did my Christian counseling through correspondence, and really wanted to put it to use here in the North. And so the Lord has led me to Fort Resolution, and I find it very beneficial having that I'm able to give to the people. So, as well as use your VHS.
Oh yes, tell us, how do you use my old videos?
I use them one-on-one usually, and basically the one that we use is Breaking the Chains, I think it's called. And yeah, we sat and we watched that, and then we had prayer time and discuss it. And I know that lives are being changed. I know that. It's a day-by-day thing. But I know that God's hand is in it, and lives are being changed.
So you're using the VHS tapes that I made like 20 years ago, currently in Fort Resolution in your church.
I am.
So pastoring is actually a retirement project for you.
That's right, exactly.
And so how many people live in Fort Resolution?
There's about, I'd say, about 500.
500 people. So this is a small, isolated community,
Very small.
But it has a road, and you're there.
It has a road, yeah, it has a road.
And you're there as a lighthouse to bring the love of God to them.
I hope so.
What an adventure. Did you ever think you'd be doing that when you were...
Never dreamed of it.
Yeah, what an adventure. So to live a transformed life, you have to allow God to develop the adventure that He has planned for your life. Because there is never a dull moment when you're serving God. He has all kinds of exciting things planned for you. And did you ever realize that you could be a pastor, an ordained minister?
Never dreamed of it.
So that was just a talent God was waiting to bring out. So you have no idea what talents you have that are yet to be brought out and developed by God. So to live a transformed life, you need to give God permission to develop the gifts He's put inside you. Now, we want to hear from you. What gifts has God brought out in your life that was totally unexpected, but a huge blessing to you and to others? Just leave your comments in the box below. And if this is your first visit here, you need to get my free self-assessment guide. And to do that, just subscribe to my weekly email newsletter. And you know where the form is. It's right over Ozell's shoulder, just over there. And we'll talk to you again next week.